It's 4:31 p.m. I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. We'll begin with a quick roll call. Mr. Barton.
Here.
Mr. Freshour.
Here.
Dr. Miller. Here. Mr. Chapman.
Here.
Dr. Manning.
Here.
Good to go. Everybody stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. We have no delegation at this time, so that'll take us into new business. And we have approval of personal communication device policy. Dr. Manning.
So the policy's been out on comment for 30 days, and I personally made a comment because I've really dug through the policy to make sure that we were meeting the state law, the code that was written. I gave you guys a copy of the state code there from the Green Book with the highlighted sections. And one of the sections that I feel like we left out of this was in the discipline piece. It states that, let me just go find the discipline piece here. It states A and B penalties. This is on page 114. Penalties for first offense, second offense, and subsequent offenses. I had originally written first, second, and third offense, but I felt that it was important to add the subsequent offenses in case you would get someone that just, even after they lose their privilege, keeps bringing their phone. And basically, it's some of the same: confiscation of device, parental conference, 5 days out of school suspension, and then principal would assign a progressive discipline consequences or interventions following West Virginia Department of Education Policy 4373. So if we would get somebody that just continues, maybe they would have to show up to the office. We put an intervention in place where they would show up to the office every morning, and the principal would check to make sure that they didn't have their phone or something like that. That would be after they lost their privilege, and so on and so forth. So I felt like having that subsequent offense piece in there was important. So I made that comment myself. Other than that, I really looked through it to make sure, we have to include every one of these offenses in WEVIS that's outlined in the state code. And I highlighted the highlighted parts of the policy that I felt like that we needed to look at. And it seems to meet all the requirements that the legislature asked us to meet. So with that being said, I recommend that the board to make a motion to approve the Gilmer County Schools personal communication device policy with the addition of the following section on subsequent offenses. Subsequent offenses would be confiscation of device, parental conference, 5 days out of school suspension. The principal will assign appropriate progressive discipline consequences and or interventions in accordance to West Virginia Department of Education Policy 4373.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to accept the superintendent's recommendation to approve Gilmer County Schools personal communication devices policy with the addition of the following section addressing subsequent offenses. That section reads: subsequent offenses, confiscation of the device, parental conference, 5 days out of school suspension, and the principal will assign appropriate progressive discipline consequences and or interventions in accordance with West Virginia Department of Education Policy 4373. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right. Next, we have approval of the employee attendance policy. Dr. Manning.
We did not receive any comments on this policy. Again, I've looked through the policy in depth. We've been talking to staff about the upcoming changes that could take place with board approval, and still didn't receive any additional comments to the policy. All of these things in this policy currently are practiced following state code. This would be the same policy that we should be working off of. That it has the definitions for what is an approved absence and an unapproved absence, and I've said this before, this is not somebody that's got a health issue, a surgery or something like that. There's Family Medical Leave Act, but there is some teeth in here for people that just take off work and don't have days. So it outlines the first unauthorized absence, the second, third, fourth, consequences, disciplinary consequences, clear down to the fifth, which would be the employee would be referred to the district and recommended for termination. So, with all the different steps that we utilize currently right now with being able to take off, I don't foresee this to be a problem with anybody, except for those people that just don't get authorized to be off.
I make a motion to approve the Gilmer County Schools employee attendance policy as written.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the Gilmer County Schools employee attendance policy as written. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. All right, and then we have approval of MOU with Marshall University. Dr. Manning.
This is an MOU that establishes a relationship with Marshall University to provide a clinical instructional experience and partnership to some students that currently, I believe, they go to GSU, but they would be interns with our school nurse. And they would be, it's kind of like student teaching, but they work on school nurse things and safety issues. And this would allow them to get their hours for that program.
Make a motion to approve the MOU with Marshall University establishing a clinical instructional experience partnership.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the memorandum of understanding with Marshall University establishing a clinical instructional experience partnership. Is there any further discussion or amendments to that main motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.